you look at this run-in, away against Sevilla, you could argue the biggest test. Antoine Griezmann's on the bench for this game.
Yeah, and you could always say that he started the first two games, although he was taken off in each of them, and then maybe because he hadn't played for 3 months, and apart from Messi, everybody else, there was some kind of rotation there and there. I don't know, but I can understand why he's on the bench. I can't understand why it takes you 77 minutes in a game where it's 0-0, where clearly you need a bit of spark, or at least you need to change something or try something a bit different because it wasn't working. And then you leave him on the bench for so long. And Ansu Fati, even more, if you're not keen on Griezmann, and he hasn't been very good in the first 2 games, but Ansu Fati had a very good game against Leganés, scored a very nice goal, and then you leave him on the bench for the whole game even. And I don't know. I'm not so sure really about Quique Setien's tactics and choices tonight.
It's a big head scratcher. As Jules mentioned, Ansu Fati, of course, excellent against Leganés, doesn't even feature today. Is Quique Setien, is he out of his depth here, Gab?
Again, I'm assuming there's some sort of issue, perhaps with his fitness, with not wanting him to play too many games or too many minutes.
But it's away against Sevilla. This is a big game.
It's an odd one.
It's a proper match. This is a game that if you're going to win the title, if he won it today, Barca are big favourites. Yet they've really opened the door now for Real Madrid. I know they didn't lose, but it's a goalless draw. You start Braithwaite. Ansu Fati doesn't come on. Griezmann, 13 minutes to go. It just didn't seem to make any sense. It's like Quique Setien's scared to make the decisions that are happening in-game.
And he starts Martin Braithwaite, don't forget. That's the flip side of it. And, no disrespect. But those are big calls that he's making. I just think one of Setien's strengths clearly isn't adjusting. And he's trying to channel the pass and sending Gerard Piqué up at the end to play center forward in the last 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, seriously? This is your big innovation late on to win games. If that crap worked, you would have played Piqué up front from the first minute, right? It's this kind of confusion that's there. Stick to what you know, believe in that system, and then carry it through. But then that's not what happens during the games. It's almost like we have this blueprint where it's for 80 minutes, we're going to knock the ball around, try to create something. And as I said, I think they did it well at the start of the first half. But then when that doesn't work, let's come up with this very original idea that Pep was doing 10 years ago of putting Piqué up front. It's a tough spot for him. But like I said, I think there was progress today relative to the previous 2 games. What that means going forward, I don't know, because I'm assuming you're going to ask about what this means for the title race or whatever. I'll tell you right now what it means. We don't know. All we know is that they finish level on points, then Real Madrid takes it. But I would expect many more twists and turns. It's not as simple as looking at the league table, because I think the heat and this and then this calendar, this fixture, the rhythm of the games, one after the other, I think it's really going to take its toll, and I think there will be more twists and turns.
Before we return to the title race, Jules, I just want to bring up the point that you were very much the #1 person in the world going, get rid of Valverde, and now you're questioning Setien as well. Maybe it's just the players.
Well, there's no doubt the players have some part of responsibility in the... I mean, they're still top of the table in La Liga, and they're still qualifying in the Champions League, and they have a second leg, last 16 to play. So it's not all dramatic, but I still expect them to play better than that. And I know Quique Setien is trying to get this team to play better. I agree with Gab. I mean, they had 65% of possession today. The first half hour, I thought the passing was better. The counter press was better than we saw against Leganés and especially against Mallorca. So you could see the improvement, I think, between what Quique Setien is trying to do and what Valverde was doing, especially towards the end of his tenure. But you're right, the players for sure are partly to blame as well. And if you take Messi out of that team, and obviously this is a big part of the team, but I think the rest of them, there's not many that really have played at the level the whole season. And Ter Stegen, probably the only one, really.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.